He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. It's Jordan Wilkins here, second-year man from Ole Miss. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for Indy. 57 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Flushed out right. And he whips that one incomplete there. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Luck. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And this one complete right side to Funchess. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Jim. Alert.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Roethlisberger. He'll fight a man over the middle. It's Washington. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
We remind you that coming up later tonight, we've got a good AFC battle in Baltimore. The Super Bowl champs, New England, in town to take on the Ravens. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, the Cowboys and the Giants from MetLife Stadium to wrap up this first weekend in November. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong run to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete here. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. But it'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Off of play action. Luck. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. On 4th down, Luck. And he's got Rodgers. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Hines on a toss play. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Roethlisberger into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
To throw is Lott. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to wind up and air it out. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, Luck. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Set. Blue 30. Check Mike 54. Mike 50. Alert, alert. Watch the run. Watch the run. He's south, baby. That's baby. Central West. He's crossing. He's checking crack.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Anthony Walker.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, it's Luck. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Wide, get wide. 12. Hey, Haywood. Mike 50.
Here's Luck. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Love. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. On 1st down, Love. Dancing to his left. Now a hit and Locke lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Sean Davis that time on the tackle. They'll fake the handoff. Now Love. Steps away to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Man, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Here we go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
No. Hey, alert. Check 9. 80 weapon.
They start the drive with counter. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
And now here's Switzer the target, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 11 now, Roethlisberger. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
They run with Hines. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Yeah, let's get sandwich.
Block on 3rd down. Flush to his right. Cooper's got him. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And this one complete right side to Funchess. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Luck. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Black 30. Check 41. Get your swerve on. Black, get back.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
Here we go.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
He's going to let it flop, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. One last shot for Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Colts, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Scouts talking to Will McDonald. You do have two great three-point shooters and a big guy to pass out of a double. Silas, Stevenson, McDonald. How about this? Ball Hawks trying to win their first goal again. I'm going for the win. I'm going for a 3-ball. Period.